I didn't think that I'd be able to get the opportunity to do that in junior.
I felt like a professional hockey player. Well, I got to flip the puck. That was cool. That was my favorite. I thought it was really cool. Like, I've never done something like that with any of the other teams I've been on. So it was a cool setup. And like when everybody was posting on their story, I had like 3 of my friends respond and be like, this is so cool. Like, all of our teams aren't doing this, stuff like that. So yeah, it was cool. It was different.
That was really fun. It was like, you know how girls hockey, there's not a lot of, or just girls sports in general, there's not a lot of publicity or a lot of cool things that the male sports do. So it was really fun to just get on the ice and have a bunch of pictures taken that we normally wouldn't have.
It was pretty cool. I've seen tons of pictures and videos from college teams doing it. It was pretty interesting. I didn't think that I'd be able to get the opportunity to do that in junior or before university.
It was super cool. All the lights were set up on the ice. Kind of looked like a university photo shoot that they do on the ice. And Jared was out there showing us all the celebrations to do. And then we just had fun. I had fun with it. I think it was a good opportunity. I don't think I've ever done anything like that before, so it was a lot of fun. When I was looking at teams last year, Burlington was always at the top of my list. And the more I talked to Kevin, the more he told me about the team and the atmosphere and the environment, I was getting just more and more interested. And I'd seen what they'd done in terms of getting their players to the next level. And I knew that they could help me out in that area. Obviously last year they did such a great job despite being a very young team, and myself, I played on a pretty young team last year also, so I understood kind of how hard the transition from midget to junior was, so it was really impressive how well they did. The more people you know, the easier it's gonna be, and especially she knows, you know, we played together last year, we played together the year before that, so she kind of knows what the team was like the past 2 years and how it's different.
We made the most of what we had last year, and we wanted to try and build a legacy on that team, and it didn't end up working out, which was disappointing. So leaving that program was, you know, it was upsetting at the time because it felt like something that I'd really put my heart and soul into. I wanted to make it a place that the players coming after me would feel like, you know, like this is an amazing program. And unfortunately, I was not on the team that was able to do that. But once again, coming to Burlington, you kind of have this organization that strives for that all the time and constantly pushing boundaries and exploring, you know, media day and everything like that, exploring everything and pushing to create that environment that, you know, I would really strive to be a part of.
Yeah, obviously I've been playing hockey with the core group of girls for like 7 or 8 years now. So every year it's just so much fun to play with girls that I consider my sisters, but this year we've got a couple new faces. I started off with ringette before hockey, and Walker was really the only teammate I even remember on that team, if I'm being honest. It's been probably about 10 years, and the fact that we get to finish off our last year together, or most likely will be our last year together, is really special, and especially because Paul was my coach, it's just a nice way to end off. I think it's a great group of girls. I think there's a lot of skill, and I think just by doing drills in practice, we all seem to work really well together. So I think if there was some sort of season, I think we would do really well. We'd have a good chance of making it pretty far.
I think that we would have done really well in regular season, building off of last season. We had a pretty good spot in the playoffs, and we thought we were going to do really well in provincials in the Final Four. So this year we were hyped up and ready to start this year in hopes to do the same thing and do even better. So it kind of sucks that we will get maybe a half season or no season at all.
I think the most frustrating thing is I will well, not now, but a few weeks or months ago, you open your Instagram and you'll see other teams that are literally 10 minutes away from us saying oh, game day. And then, every time we'd come close to playing, we'd be playing that weekend, it would just, something would happen and something would go wrong.
In tight corners and when you're being pressured in battles has definitely been reduced and definitely out of practice from that. So if we do scrimmages at some point, it'll be hard to be physical and intense. So I really find that will be difficult once we come back.
Also just the uncertainty, you're not really guaranteed a season. We don't really know what's happening. So I think that makes it even more difficult because it's not like we have something, oh, we're looking forward to this date when we get to start playing.
I mean, it's really hard not to see everyone at practice. I think, especially during these times, those are the only people I want to be seeing. I miss my friends. And so it's been really hard to go to the rink and only see half of them, but I am grateful that at least I get to see half of the team. It feels different in the sense that it feels like I'm always missing something. And I feel like I'm missing obviously I'm missing half the team, but it feels like there's always something missing. Whether it's someone's energy that they bring to a practice or having my D partner at practice or something like that. It just feels different.
I think with talking to schools right now, the most frustrating thing is that we're not playing and we're not really gonna play anytime very soon. And obviously as a coach, they wanna see me play and they wanna see me play in a 5-on-5 game. It's definitely frustrating because if it was a normal season, obviously the circumstances would be different.
Since we're not playing any games, no coaches can see me on the ice, and I think that's been a big factor. I'd like potential schools to know that I'm really quiet, but that doesn't mean that my actions are quiet, and that I'm a really good player, but I've just been laying low for a bit.
I've kind of come to learn that adversity doesn't need to be a boundary in your life or an obstacle that you have to overcome, and that if you kind of accept it for what it is and you allow it to be, it can be a major step in personal growth. And in this situation that we're in, we faced a lot of adversity and have had to be extremely resilient in many different ways. And I think I've really developed this sort of ability to overcome a lot more than I thought I would previously be able to overcome.
I think that every time I step on the ice, I'm really there because I love it, and I think that really is displayed when I play because the reason I work as hard as I do is because I love it. That's why this season's been really hard not playing and stuff like that, because it's kind of that's the whole point. You practice to play.
I like to do puzzles. Been really into puzzles lately. Any type of puzzle. Disney, cats, dogs, birds, any type of puzzle I love. I just started a paint by numbers. I'm so lame, but this is what I do for fun.
Well, I'm trying to learn to play the guitar. I started back in the summer, got my first guitar. It's a bit of a rocky road. We're working on it, but it's been something that's kept me busy. And it's nice to start something new and try something new, and it's been a bit of a challenge.
I like to read almost mystery novels, but they're detectives. And I've been doing this series. It's called The Perfect Alibi, and it's about this female lawyer who was a professional MMA fighter, and it kind of reflects my life and how I'm an athlete and I want to go into something around serious professions.
I am probably just watching Netflix. I don't really do that much. If I need something that's I don't want to really pay attention, Selling Sunset, that's a great show. Yep, I recommend that to everybody. That's a good one. It's probably my favorite. Honestly, that's probably number one.
I work for John Lang, so for PEP with Olivia. So basically I'm an instructor or a helper on the ice. So I interact with the kids and help them out on the ice and move pucks around and just make sure John can run his sessions smoothly?
Well, my brother and my dad are both goalies, and so growing up, the majority of my childhood was spent at the rink. There was just a little bit of influence there, and having hockey on the TV almost every night growing up, it's a pretty big influence. So it was a pretty quick decision that I made when they asked who wanted to be a goalie on my Adam, or no, not even Adam, maybe Tyke team, and my hand shot up. And I was like, oh yeah, I got this.
I just think that no one did it at my school, and it was just something outside the box, and I just thought, I can throw a football, why can't I throw a javelin?
I mean, we spend pretty much every holiday season with family, particularly with my mom's side because they're closer. Obviously, we're not going to be doing that this year, which is super unfortunate. It's been really hard, especially on my grandparents and us, of course, too, right? I mean, we're seeing them pretty close to once a month, and you know, it's been a while since we've been able to spend quality time with them. So this holiday season is going to be a lot different. It's pretty difficult to spend that much time away from your family.
We usually have this thing called the Goche Christmas, and basically everyone on my dad's side comes together for Christmas, and we basically just have a Christmas dinner and play white elephant and stuff like that, and we just talk to all the aunts and uncles and grandparents and cousins and just catch up.
My sister is in university in British Columbia, so she's coming home, so that's probably, yeah. Me and my brother don't get along as well as me and my sister do, so I'm happy she's coming home.
Honestly, food, like turkey. I love turkey, love food. I love pie, I love cookies, candy, mashed potatoes. I love food. I'm excited for that, for sure. I love going to see all the Christmas lights. I feel like that always cheers me up, no matter what.
Try to stay in the norm as much as possible. Talk to people, talk to your family, go for a walk. Just whatever you can do to kind of stay in the norm.
We can get through this. We just need to do our part in everything, and soon it'll all be over and hopefully back to normal. It's still a very real thing that should be treated seriously.
Reaching out and connecting, whether it's over the phone, over text, is something that's really important to do to keep in touch and to, again, support each other. And, you know, obviously this Christmas is going to be a lot different, but there's always ways to reach out, and it's okay to ask for help sometimes, and it's okay to ask for help all the time, right? And we can all support each other this Christmas.
Everything gets better at some point. This is something that everyone's going through at the same time, and for some people it's worse than others depending on their situations. And I think that as long as you have someone you can reach out to, everything's gonna get better at some point. And as a community and, you know, as a world, we're gonna get through it and see brighter days soon, hopefully. April put this together for us to all do. Each person was assigned one child to put together a stocking for, I'm pretty sure. So what's cool was me and Lily live in the same house, obviously, so we each got a stocking to do. And we went out together, we went to the store and put together a nice little package that we would also, like, we put together stuff that we would want to see under the Christmas tree, because I think that's just better.
I think I just put like chocolates in there. I put what was recommended. I put like the socks, I put stuff like that. And you know, it's really nice for us, especially we're all going through a difficult time right now, but to help those who are especially struggling is really special. And it was awesome for April to organize it, and especially during Christmas, if we can help another kid out, it's a great feeling, especially for us as a team to do it all together.
It's honestly harder than I thought it was going to be to try and think of things to put in this stocking. I was having some real difficulty. I was like, man, what is she going to like? But yeah, it was a really cool experience. It would have been nice to be able to do it together as a team, whether it was, you know, packing the stockings or whatever, but obviously due to COVID, that was not able to happen. But you know, it's a good thing to do within the community. It's Christmas is a really important time for some, so it's nice to be able to give something back.
Pen Pal program is where basically people on our team write to elders in elderly homes and just to have someone to talk to, because most of these people aren't allowed to see their families or they don't really talk to them that much. So for me, I'm handwriting a letter to someone and then hopefully they'll write one back to me. And I think this is important, as if my grandma was to get a handwritten letter from someone, she would be so happy that someone's thinking about her and someone gives her someone to talk to, rather than the same people that she sees every day.
The holiday seasons can be tough for some people if they're not hearing from family, or, you know, especially now you're not seeing anybody, you know, to keep each other safe. So writing a letter to somebody who might not be seeing anybody, or getting a letter from somebody from their family or a relative, it's a nice thing to do, to be able to sort of bring people together and support one another, even if you don't know them personally. So yeah, it's a really great program.
I just finished my letter the other night. I think it's a great idea. I don't know why anyone hasn't thought about this sooner. I would have written 5 letters by now if I had known about this, but I got the program where I wrote an email letter, and it's just kind of one way, so I wasn't addressing it to a specific person. So I basically just had to talk about myself and ask questions that I'll never know the answer to, but got them thinking about the answers. And it went out to a long-term care home. And I can't imagine what's like for these people to be going through a pandemic, so isolated from their families and people they love. It must be so tough. I'm very fortunate that I'm living with my family during these times, and I can, you know, interact with my friends at hockey and stuff. I just can't imagine being all by myself.
I just told them a bit about myself, kind of told them what I was into, what I'm doing right now, despite all the restrictions and everything. And I just reciprocated the same questions, you know, asking what their interests are, how COVID and everything has affected them. And I talked about the holidays. I asked them what they're excited for, and it's a nice thing to do, you know, if you know that they're gonna read that and it will make them smile, even if it's for like 5 minutes while they're reading it or while they're answering the questions. It's, again, near the holidays, you know, it's nice to give back.
Kayla Kane, she's 10 years old. She lives in East St. Paul, Minnesota, and she's currently playing on the U10 team in her area. My mom actually was the one to connect with her mom through Facebook. It's a goalie group, so honestly, it's people from all over the place. Usually parents connecting, you know, whether it's for advice or really just anything on Facebook. It's a pretty cool group. But yeah, we connected with her through there. When I was her age, I had similar goals to her. You know, at 10 years old, your dreams are to be as big as possible in regards to hockey. She wants to play professional hockey one day, and you know, obviously I can relate to that. And so when we connected, it was not only an amazing opportunity for, you know, mentorship, but just to be able to connect to somebody from so far away. I mean, we found out that she needed goalie equipment. You know, me and my brother growing up, we were extremely fortunate to have had access to goalie equipment and, you know, be able to get new stuff. And if it wasn't new stuff, it was hand-me-downs for my brother. So again, we were extremely fortunate to be able to have that. And not everyone is as fortunate to have sort of that supply of goalie equipment. And you know, I've grown a fair bit in the last 7 years since when I was 10 years old, and so we had a lot of equipment sitting around at home that needed a new home. And you know, no reason to sell it when you can give it to somebody who would, you know, use it for the same reasons that we would, right? So I took an old pair of pads that I wore back in Pee-wee and cleaned them up a bit. Well, spent a week at Mr. Clean White Erasers and baking soda, a baking soda paste, and I scrubbed those pads until I got pretty much every single puck mark off of them, because I remember when I was that age and when I got, you know, either my brother's pads or my own, and they were white and shiny, and it was like the most amazing thing. And if I was able to even share a sliver of that experience with Kayla, that was all that I wanted to do. So I cleaned up those pads and got 2 chest protectors that I used to wear, 2 different sizes, so when she grows out of them, you know, she can go into the next set. And then I actually shipped it out today, a big huge box of goodies. So it should be getting there in the next few days, hopefully right before Christmas. So that'll be a pretty nice Christmas present.
Thank you for the hat and all of the stuff. I really, really appreciate it. And I look forward to being pen pals. Thank you.
I think as much as it's helpful for the community and for others, I think for ourselves, just to keep ourselves grounded and keep ourselves kind of in check, you know, we have it pretty good. We get to see our friends, we get to come to the rink, we're going to school, and some people haven't seen their family, haven't seen anybody in like 8 months. So especially right now, I think it's really important. And yeah, just it makes you feel better, it makes you remember how lucky you are.
It's important to give back any time of the year, but during the holidays, you know, you receive. It's all about, for most people, it's all about receiving. And I think when you have so much, you shouldn't have any problem giving back. If you have extra, you should give. And so I think during the holidays especially, it's a time of looking out for each other and giving back. And I think, you know, if it can put a smile on someone's face, I think it's important to do so.
Dear friend, I hope you are keeping well this holiday season.
My name is Angela.
My name is Athena.
My name is Jamie.
My name is Paige.
My name is Maddie.
My name is Elizabeth.
My name is Kyla.
My name is Tiana.
My name's Olivia.
My name is Christina.
My name is Leah.
My name is Julian.
My name is Quinn.
My name is Hayden.
My name is Lily.
My name is Shannon.
My name is Avery.
And I'm a forward on the Burlington Junior Barracudas.
I'm looking forward to chatting with you and getting to know a bit about you.
I have 3 other siblings who all play hockey as well, so the holidays is when we get to spend time together as a family and take a break from our busy schedule.
In my spare time, I like hands-on activities like crafts and woodworking.
I have a new obsession with the bagel place around the corner from my house and make my mom go buy me a bunch.
I started collecting 1,000-piece puzzles a few years ago, and every Christmas season I add a few more.
I have a dog named Stanley who is 4 years old, and I used to do horseback riding.
I also have a dog named Copper. He's an 8-year-old chocolate lab.
Do you own any pets?
I've been playing hockey for nearly 11 years, and it has taught me so many things, from teamwork to self-discipline.
Although it's been really weird so far with restrictions, we are currently still able to practice, which is a bonus compared to the circumstances of other teams.
I couldn't imagine my life without the game. It's like each day revolves around it.
Hockey has made my life 100 times better over the years and has given me so many opportunities. I have made so many new friends, met so many families and coaches, and have had the most fun and exciting memories during my hockey years.
I started skating when I was 3, and I started playing hockey when I was 5. Hockey is a big part of my life, and I love it.
My younger sister is playing on my team for the first time ever, and it has been very fun seeing her grow as a player.
Did you play any sports growing up?
Next year, I'll be going to the States to play hockey for Cornell University.
Christmas is just around the corner, so I thought I could share with you what I like about the holiday season.
At this time during the holidays, we love to get in the spirit and try to do as many things as Christmassy as possible, like getting a tree, putting up decorations, or putting lights up. Just like these lights right here.
I love gift giving, eating special foods, and celebrating the start of a new year.
I also love when it snows.
Personally, I hope it will be a white Christmas.
Christmas baking really puts me in the Christmas spirit. Are you excited for Christmas, and why?
My family and I usually attend our church on Christmas Eve, but we will not be able to this year because it's closed due to restrictions.
Due to COVID-19, I am unable to spend the holidays with my extended family.
One thing going through COVID has taught me is that we all have to be there to look out for one another. It is important to be kind and remember that everyone has something they need help with, and that everyone has a strength to share. So if we all do our part, We will be in a better place when this is all over.
I'm so happy I had the opportunity to reach out to you, and I hope you have an amazing holiday season.
I hope to be able to write to you again soon, and hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
All the best during these hard times and stay safe.
Your friend, Shannon.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year.
Okay, was that good? That was okay. Okay, we're gonna do that one.